how do we know someone's deen? What kind of questions do I ask to find out about the deen of a person? Because it's not like asking, I'm not going to ask like, do you want to travel or something? Like it's not these basic questions. It's a serious question. The first thing is, what is known about that person in the society? That's the first point. So for example, we are all part of this jama'ah, this masjid. And we see the brothers day in, day out, right? That brother comes to the masjid, the sister attends the duroos, and so on. So the first thing is what is known about them in the society. But that's not really going to give you a lot of detail, right? It's just generally, it looks like a good brother, comes to the masjid. Yeah, she's a good sister. We met her in this gathering, in this house, in this halqa, whatever. The second thing is what your friends, links that you have through your friends or your family members. So for example, let's just say that someone is getting married to a girl and his sister knows her, or for example, one of his family members knows her, or he knows her brother, for example. So through this also, you can find out how are they. And that's why in Islam, it is not allowed when someone asks you about someone for marriage to lie. You have to tell the truth. You can't say that, well, a lovely brother, Allah bless him, and you're thinking that, alhamdulillah, he's not coming from my sister. No, not like this. You have to be honest. Like the Prophet ﷺ said, as for Abu Jahl in the hadith of Fatima bint Qais, radiallahu anha, he doesn't leave his stick. And his stick is always out. He hits his women. And as for Muawiyah, he's a poor man and he doesn't have any money. La mala lahu. Inkahi Usama ibn Zayd. You should marry Usama ibn Zayd. So from this we understood that you tell the truth in what happens. طيب, if we don't have those two options, that we can't find out from the society friends, and we can't observe that person very well. Because how is the sister meant to see? She can, the brother's there in front of the saf, I can see him, he's sitting in the dars. That's possible. But to get that knowledge of religion, it's about asking really good questions. Now, obviously, the basic questions, do you pray? That was never a question before, huh? In the time of the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, no one asked the question, do you pray? Even the munafiqeen prayed. Everybody prayed. But even today, the prayer, the hijab, the things that we ask about, but that's kind of a default. That's kind of a basic expectation. You have to ask about it because these days people have gone far away from where they should be. But you have expectation, the person prays, the sister wears hijab, and so on. One question that is really good, just as an example, is which Islamic lectures do you listen to? What was the last Islamic lecture you listened to? Which books do you read? Which speakers do you like? Which authors do you like? How much Quran have you memorized? Are you attending any duroos or halaqat? Or are you learning your religion regularly? These kind of open, it's nice to ask open questions as well, not just closed ones, yes, no, but open questions. Like, which Islamic speakers do you like? Because when the person gives you a list, you know about that person. I'll be honest, if you give me 3 speakers you listen to, I know exactly what kind of person you are. And in 90%, I can put you in a box if you give me 3 speakers, 3 Islamic speakers you listen to. I can just go, yeah, you're one of them. Like that. If you give me 5, I can really narrow it down. Tell me the last book you read apart from the Quran. Someone says, I haven't read any. Okay, doesn't mean they're a bad person, but it gives you an idea about the person. What is your daily routine like? Tell me your daily routine. So if the daily routine is, full of Islamic activities. Obviously, people don't want to boast about their Islamic activities. I prayed tahajjud for 3 hours last night. But generally, the person's routine is good. The brother comes to the masjid as much as possible. He attends some duroos, halaqat. He's trying to seek knowledge, memorizing some Quran. Those can be the kind of questions. And you can't ask enough. You have to keep asking to find until you get a picture of that person's religion. You understand? And if you have some fitan in your country or society that you think are affecting people's deen, ask about it. Ask them about what they want to do in the future. Because you get to know a person's religious commitment. What do you want to do in the future? The person says, I really want to finish the Quran, I want to study, or a person says, I want to get promotion in my job. It's not haram, but at the end of the day, it tells you about the person. 5 to 10 good questions, you can find out a lot about the person's religion. But you do need to verify it, because it's not enough from just that person directly. Does that make sense? You need to now bring some external validation.